Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stand. I did say on the earlier show that we could well get some breaking news around the goalkeeper today, and we have, but it's not Onana, it's David De Gea. David De Gea has announced that he is leaving Manchester United, and we can show you the direct quote from this. This is from Fabrizio Romano, who's tweeted it out. I'd like to express my unwavering gratitude and appreciation for 12 years, for the love from the last 12 years. I took incredible pride every time I pulled down this shirt, the biggest club in the world. Manchester will always be in my heart. And David De Gea says goodbye to Manchester United. And that stings. That does sting, I've got to say, because when I look at those words and it says, I took incredible pride every time I pulled on the shirt, and Manchester will always be in my heart. This is something I've been resisting, with some of you great people in the chats and with many people online. He is a class act, Owen, and I think he's always been a class act. And I always refuted and fought against those who had a go at him because he cares. He actually cares about Manchester United. He is proud to have wore that shirt, and there's no doubt that the game has moved on, and we're going to see a very different style of football now. But I think the disrespect, I think Neville and co, Keane, I was disappointed with them. I was disappointed with BT and Sky, the way they always went in on him. I think some of our fans let themselves down as well. There's a way of doing it. And people will go, wow, you say it about Maguire. What's Harry Maguire done in a Manchester United shirt? What's Jadon Sancho done in a Man United? What's Anthony Martial done in a Man United shirt? Comparable to that. And, when Rooney left, I wanted him to go. But it wasn't about being disrespectful. He was a legend and he is a legend. And I just think that, I'm glad he's gone now because I think that it was getting silly. I think some of the hysteria around David De Gea was getting silly. It had gone beyond, we need a goalkeeper that can pass out from the back and, sweep and everything like that, which we do. And it had become very personal and just, I suppose I always call it a little bit Real Madrid-y, when they start booing Casillas and they boo Ronaldo. I just don't think you should do that. I don't think you should treat your greats like that. So I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad he's put the message out and we can move on to a new era. And it will be a very different era. 12 years at this football club. How many, he won a title, but how many awards did he win? Golden Gloves, probably not as many trophies as he should have done. But David De Gea leaves Manchester United. And I think, let's get a like on the video. Let's get some good comments in the video, because I think that the thing that I have a sigh of relief, really, and put your comments in. A sigh of relief, because we know we're going to buy Onana, and he never should have been staying as the reserve goalkeeper for many reasons. One, he doesn't deserve to be the reserve goalkeeper at Manchester United after 12 years. Two, the financials would have been ridiculous. Legend, says Daniel, people can criticise him all they want, but when a United legend leaves the club, the least you could do is show some respect, says Mario. We'll never forget when the Madrid move collapsed, he stuck by us and signed the new deal and kept us relevant for so many years, says the Beast. I think that's a line I've heard a lot of people say, and it's very, very true. He kept us relevant in some very turgid years. I mean, especially the Van Gaal era. I think that's when he predominantly was winning Player of the Year, and we were really bad. Like, we could have been in the bottom half of the table at times, and he kept us relevant. He kept us in games. I remember one against Everton at home. He was bloody amazing, and we somehow managed to keep a clean sheet. Arsenal away at the Emirates will always be the standout game for me, because it was one of the few games I didn't do a watch along on. I think I was in Centre Parks or something. And he was just bloody, I just got to watch it without looking at a live chat, having a beer. I was watching it and I just was like, that is unbelievable. I love him. Sad to see him go. Club legend. Thank you, David, says Daniel. What a keeper. It's been a joy watching him over the past decade, says Brandon. True legend of the club. After 13 years, his treatment to go has been appalling. Very sad but relieving day. Well, I want to talk about that from Slow Sports News. Do you think the club have handled it well? So sad to see some of our fan base turn into Madrid fans right in front of our eyes, says Sifu. Look, I don't even care about people wanting him to go and wanting a different style of goalkeeper. You're right. You're right, and you've won. But it's the treatment. It's just not been good. I don't think the club have come out of it particularly well. I want to talk about that in a minute, but let's focus on the positives. Very sad to see him go, says Harry. He's always been professional, no drama, no controversy. He got the United mentality. The way he's been let go is disappointing, says Niall. I think in the same theme of a Juan Mata, and there's a few players that have been like this. Maybe it's a foreign thing, I don't know. Bruno's like it as well. There's no drama. There's no drama at all. I'm a professional for Manchester United Football Club. I'm here to do a job. I will do that job. I will be professional. That's what I will do. The only thing that David De Gea has ever been criticised for is, some of his performances, some of the ways that he's done. He's never been a problem. All right, there was that move to Real Madrid, and nobody can knock him for that. But he's been an incredible servant to this football club. 100% deserves his place as a legend. More clean sheets than any goalkeeper in Man United's history as well. That's not to be frowned upon. Didn't win anywhere near as much as he deserved. I'm old enough to have seen the treble-winning side, the 08 side. Van der Sar, obviously he's in our thoughts at the moment. Hopefully Edwin can pull through. Apparently he's stable but very ill. Peter Schmeichel. David De Gea really is the third goalkeeper of my lifetime that, has been, generational in a sense. For some years, I think he was the best in the world, but certainly an elite goalkeeper, the same as Van der Sar and Schmeichel. The only thing that was lacking with David De Gea was that he didn't get what Van der Sar and Schmeichel got, which is a team outfield to match his quality in goal. And yeah, that's waned in recent years. Certainly, I think since the Solskjaer era, Dave's dropped off a bit. We know that. He could even take it back as far as it started a little bit with Mourinho, but definitely under Solskjaer, it started to fall away. And when you bring a goalkeeper in like Erik ten Hag, I mentioned it on the video I've just done with Højlund. David De Gea, 32 times defensive actions outside his box last season. Alisson's doing it in the 90s. That you need a goalkeeper in the modern day that can do that, and Dave was never going to be able to do that. So look, I think the parting of the ways was right. We've got some Ten Hag quotes to come in. Apparently, I'm just trying to. If someone can point me in the direction of those, I'd like to read those out. But I just think what a legend, what a servant to the club through very, very difficult times. And we have got a comment from Ten Hag here. He says, to have won Player of the Year awards from both the fans and his teammates on 4 occasions shows the level of his performance. And he will always be remembered as one of the very best goalkeepers in the history of this football club. It takes great quality and character to reach the level of even playing one game for Manchester United. To do it 545 times over 12 years is a special achievement, particularly in the goalkeeping position where every game puts you into the spotlight. And that is from our manager, Erik ten Hag. So some nice words from Erik ten Hag there. How do you know? Sorry, what was that? Good luck, Dave. We miss you. Great statement by him, says Ray. I just hope the new goalkeeper does it better, says Uber. That's always the challenge at United. That's always the challenge. Greatest United keeper. The disrespect he got was silly. Kept his relevance, says AZ. I think I'd read that one. Hasha says Ten Hag is the way forward. However, this is the second time he's disrespected a club legend. Ronaldo and now David De Gea should be handled differently. They deserve it, says Hasha. Well, they're nice words from Ten Hag. Walid, welcome to the Members Club. Remy's gifted a membership. I know his days were numbered, but this is to be one of the most painful departures from the club. He deserved more, and I can't thank him enough, says Patrick. Well, smash a like on the video for David De Gea. I think he deserves it. I think he's been a... And don't start thinking about the bloody goal that went in against the FA Cup, or the amount of times he booted it out for a throw when the ball went back to him. We're talking about a 12-year career here. We're talking about the best of David De Gea. That's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about the end. We're talking about the journey. And the journey's what it's all about. And I remember him coming over from Spain, and a lot of people gave him stick then. The funny thing about David De Gea's career, if I could just put it in a couple of sentences, because I've seen it, his career ended in the way it started. He came over as a foreign goalkeeper that the media instantly attacked. He's weak. He's no good on crosses. He's not good enough for the English game. And he shut them up, and for years and years made us relevant and played fantastically well. And then they went for him again because the modern goalkeeper he wasn't, and they ridiculed him again. And that was the sort of the story of David De Gea. He started off being ridiculed by the press, and he ended up being ridiculed by the press. But in between it, the vast majority of his career was fantastic, world class.